They suggested that there's only 16,000 in the national stockpile. Can you just give us some clarity? How many ventilators do you have in the national stockpile? Who else is making them, and how long will it take for them to make the critical mass? Because based on the Center for Public Integrity, it appears there aren't enough if people are going to die as a result.
Ventilators has been a singular focus of a good portion of our supply chain stabilization task force at FEMA since the President stood up FEMA's National Response Center. And we're making progress in a variety of ways. First, there is the national stockpile, which you refer, and depending on what's been distributed, we just delivered 4,000 ventilators to New York, including ventilators that we sent to New York City. But there's that number of some 20,000, less than 20,000. I won't dispute your number. Beyond that, there literally are, by most estimates, more than 150,000 ventilators in the broad healthcare system all across the country. We also, working with anesthesiologists, and there was a very important conference call today, we have determined several weeks ago that the devices that anesthesiologists use for outpatient surgery can be converted with the change of a single vent to a very useful ventilator. I actually spoke to Governor Cuomo about that today. He's in the process of surveying all of the surgical centers, as governors around the country are doing. We literally believe there's tens of thousands of ventilators that can be converted now that the FDA has given guidance. And Dr. Birx can probably speak to that in a moment. We actually have produced a helpful video to explain how quickly those devices can be converted. But we're also working with General Motors and other companies to immediately spin up production. Those contracts are being reviewed. We're vetting their capability. But one of the other ideas is, as we look at areas of the country that are most impacted, and now more than half of the cases for coronavirus are in New York State and in the region around there. We'll want to focus our resources, including ventilators, on where communities are struggling the most with coronavirus. And so one of the ways that we're working through that at FEMA now is by spinning up production and at the same time working with the existing national supply, maybe from areas that don't have a particular burden yet with the coronavirus, and making sure that we're manufacturing, backfilling, and meeting that need. But what I can tell you is we've got an extraordinary team. Admiral Polovchek is a two-star Navy admiral who's doing an incredible job. We literally are identifying resources around the country and around the world. We're contracting and arranging transportation for those. But maybe Dr. Birx, you can speak to the ventilator,
Thank
particularly
you.
transition.
Thank you, sir. So I just want to thank Dr.